We have a very interesting discussion up ahead right now, and I'm going to be telling you what this is about. It's on health. Lately, a lot of people have come under some health challenges, and we thought it very, very important to bring to you very unique details that you need to know in certain cases. Today, I've been joined by Imonitie Isadahomen, who is from the ERA Africa, and you're going to be talking through with us about CPR.
Yeah.
Welcome, first of all.
Thank you.
Now, I'd like to first off ask why knowing how to conduct CPR is important.
So, knowing how to perform CPR is very important in our society today.
You have a very deep, rich voice. I'd like to hear it more, though. So let's hear more of that.
It's very important in our society today because in our society, emergencies happen every day, and you don't know when that can happen. So, having that knowledge, having that skill, can just be the life-saving skill you want to perform out there that can just save someone's life. Yeah. So in the world today, we have about 17.9 million cardiovascular deaths. So, and it's
17.9 million deaths relating to the heart.
Cardiovascular heart disease.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's according to the WHO. And so it's a rising phenomenon. And it's very important that everyone actually have this knowledge to be able to save life out there.
So currently, how many Nigerians would you say, if you were going to use statistics, know how to conduct CPR?
Yeah. So that ratio is very low, and actually there's no statistics out there at the moment. So, but it's a very low range of people who actually know how to perform CPR. So apart from the health workers and those that actually in the health space, so people don't really take it as a concern to be able to even not just perform CPR, but some basic health first aid activity also.
And that's dangerous because before the health worker gets there, even if it's the first responder, no matter how fast they get there, things could have been done to help the situation. But if you lack the information, lack the knowledge, there's only little that you can do, and you might end up having more damage than before. So regarding CPR, first off, what do we need to know about it if we are going to conduct it, or what signs do we need to look out for before knowing that, hey, we have to administer CPR?
So when we talk about CPR, we'll be looking into basic life support in general, in the sense that, first of all, when you're approaching the scene, someone having probably a cardiac arrest or probably maybe a heart attack that led to a cardiac arrest, so you want to go to the scene, ensure that the scene is safe for you that is actually going. So you want to observe your scene, know what's actually happening, so that you don't fall into the same situation that the person had. It could be from an electrical shock, it could be from a fall. So just ensure your scene is safe, and you proceed. Observe your patient, observe the victim that's probably on the ground, and you want to actually know what happened. Ask from the bystanders. Then you want to proceed. First thing you want to check for pulse. Does the person have a pulse? You want to do that for 5 to 10 seconds. Then after that, you want to check for level of consciousness. Just probably tilt the head and listen for breath sound, chest rise and fall. Then probably after doing that, if there's no sign, you want to proceed into doing your compression. So once you're doing your compression, you want to do 30 compressions.
I can see you doing that on screen right now. So what exactly are you doing?
So right now, you're just checking for response to know if the patient is conscious. And when you're actually done with that, you want to actually check for breath. So you listen for breath. Now you can see it's checking for pulse.
Okay.
So at this point, when you check for pulse, you want to do this for 5 to 10 seconds, right? So if there's no pulse, you want to immediately proceed to chest compressions. Interlock your hands.
Okay, that's checking for breath.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And what if they're breathing so slightly? How do you know if they're breathing at all?
Yeah. So you should be able to feel a sense of breath. You know, when you're taking a deep breath. Feel that air. So when you put your face close to the person's face, but because of COVID-19 rule, it's just advisable that you might want to let that out, except you're a close relative to this patient or the person, or except the person has been confirmed that it doesn't have any COVID or it's not suspected of COVID. So you might want to leave that out.
So now there are different cases. There could be a fall, an electrical shock, or even drowning. The CPR, is it obtainable in all of these cases?
It's obtainable. So the idea of CPR is what we call cardiopulmonary resuscitation. So everything relating to the heart activity. So an electrical activity. When there's stoppage of the electrical activity in the heart, so that's what results to probably from heart attack, then and you have cardiac arrest.
So if the heart stops, you're going to have to bring it back online.
Yeah.
And often you might need devices like what you're showing to us here on TV right now.
Exactly.
What exactly is that?
So that's what we call an automated external defibrillator.
Oh, defibrillator.
Yeah,
I've heard about it.
That's a defibrillator. So there are two types. You have the defibrillator and you have the automated external defibrillator.
Okay.
Yeah, so the automated external defibrillator is just as basic as it's automated. So it gives you prompts. You just follow the prompts, and it actually indicates when you should shock this patient.
So it shocks the heart back into animation.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting. So we're going to take a listen to how you're explaining through this process.
Good.
So let's take a listen to that, guys. All right, just in case you're joining us, that's a process there showing how you can administer CPR to an individual who is in need of it. And I have with me here Imonitie from ERA, and that's what we've been talking about. Now, first off, CPR means what exactly?
Yeah, CPR basically means cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
Cardiopulmonary.
So when we say cardiopulmonary, from the cardio, that's the heart, then pulmonary, that's the lungs, then you're just basically resuscitating everything. So that's from the cardiac angle, you're doing compressions.
Okay.
So from the pulmonary angle, that's the lungs, you're giving air.
Okay.
Basically.
I want to say thank you very much, Imonitie, for coming from Emergency
so
Response Africa. We really enjoy that you're here. And we look forward to having you again here so that we can have more discussions on CPR and how to learn how to do it.
Definitely.